Hello everybody and welcome to this lesson. In this one we're gonna discuss some manipulations and effects that can be applied to text. As you see here, I have a beautiful cat here and I can do some manipulations to this text. So you can do this by going to the edit menu, and here you can see the transform. So you can scale, rotate, skew, warp. You can do a lot of modification. I'm sorry, it's in the edit menu, the transform. You can rotate your text, do whatever you want, but you can see not all transformations are available. As you see here, the distort and perspective can't be applied to text, or not this way. So you can use also the free transform, which has the shortcut Control T. This shortcut you have to learn it because you use it a lot, not only with text but with images, with a lot of things. So just remember this free transform Control T. So when you do it, you can modify your text. You can do a lot of things, and by hitting Control, you can come here and modify, stretch, and as you see, you can do a lot of cool stuffs when hitting Control with the free transform. Also, when you have the free transform tool, you have this little icon here. It says switch between free transform and warp mode. So when you hit this button, you see here the warp mode, which is set for now for none. Okay, but you can change it to this warp modes. We already have predefined for us, and you can modify by clicking on this rectangle on this square here. Modify the bend. You have a lot of options here, as you see. Yeah, pretty cool, I think. And you can also grab this one and modify it the way you want, and you can modify here. Also, you have the settings, and you can obtain pretty cool effects here just with the free transform tool. Once you're happy, you click on this apply button and you have your effects, and you always still have a beautiful cat. Also, you see that this icon, the T icon. I'm going back just to show you that before we apply the warp mode, we have this T icon, but after the warp mode, the icon has changed. But you still can modify your text. Even with the warp mode, you can double click and modify your text as you like. So you can delete, add, you can do everything you want, and you can still edit your text the way you want. So you can also apply effects to your text by, in the layer mode, in the layer tab here, you have the effects here, and you have different options. So just click on one, make sure you have the preview mode enabled, and you find all the effects here in this list here. So for example, you can and have the habit to click on the effect, not on this square here, because if you click on the square like this, you're not selecting the effect, but you are applying it without changing the parameters. So we're not gonna see all these effects here because there are a lot, and each one has a lot of options, which I think these options are the same for pretty the same for different effects here. They are, but we are not gonna discuss them all because it's a lot of work. I'm leaving it to you. It's up to you to test them all and see the effects you want. So For example, we can add a contour to it, add the depth and adjust the size of it, the softness, the angle. For example, as you see, the text is changing. You can apply textures, you can have a stroke, the inner shadow, the inner glow, you can choose the color of your effects, the color that you want. For example, the outer glow. As you see, let's make a different color. So it doesn't appear, but because we have the stroke here enabled. So I leave you to test all these settings and apply them. They are good to know and good to use. And as you see, after you apply your effects here, you still have them available on the list here. You can even show them or hide them by once or all, okay, is as you want. And you have this little effects here that shows you can close your effects and open them. You can do a lot of cool stuff here. So let's say you want to apply this effect to another text. For example, let's create another text here, which is without effects. Sorry, I'm create this layer here by mistake. So I'm going to move this text here. Let's say I want to apply this effect, this bevel, to this text. Do not the mistake of just grabbing it and releasing it underneath the text, because we no longer have it available for the beautiful cat here, as you see. So I'm gonna take it back. To apply them, you hit the Alt key and then you drag and drop. Okay, so when hitting the Alt key, it copy the effects you have here and apply them to the new text that you want. Just remember to hit the Alt key. And there's another thing when working with text and images. For example, you want to have some effects available, but you don't want the fill to be here. So you just go here and reduce the fill of your text. And as you see, we still always have our text here, but only the effects are still shown. The fill is no longer available. So if I turn off the effects, this text will no longer appear. But as I turn on the effects, the text will show up, as you see. Because if you turn the opacity, if you lower the opacity, then all the text with its effects will no longer be shown. But as we saw previously with the fill, when you hit the fill and you decrease it, then only the text will disappear, but the effects are still available. I can add more effects if I want. For example, a stroke. Okay, so just test all the effects you want, and I'm pretty sure you will find your pleasure here. Thanks for watching and see you in the next movie.